What's good, YouTube? This is Nootius bringing you a deck profile. It's of the koa'ki meiru monsters and the iron core of the koa'ki meiru. What I'm showing you right now is just, I guess you can say, a layout of a potential deck that, I'm thinking about making. And, I'm going to give you guys a few notes on what I think about the koa'ki meiru monsters and what monsters I have, and I guess the reasons why I chose them. First off, it's not a koa'ki meiru monster, it's a Gores. And the first actual koa'ki meiru monster is Maximus. He's a dragon. You can remove from play one iron core from your hand to special summon him. You have to discard iron core to keep him on the field or reveal a koa'ki meiru monster. What is it? Once per turn during your main phase, you can select and destroy one card near your opponent controls. That's a decent effect, and essentially you can get a 3,000 attacker on the field on your first turn, which was never bad. Second, we have the Goulinglate. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong, but he's the zombie of the koa'ki meirus. It's either you discard the iron core or you reveal a zombie. And if a koa'ki meiru monster would be destroyed, you can remove a koa'ki meiru monster in your grave instead. He has a lot of potential in his deck to protect your monsters, especially from their own effects at the end phase. I mean, you can discard or you can reveal actually a zombie in your hand and remove, however many monsters would be destroyed from play, and essentially save your field for another turn. Next up, we have the Rook Lord. Either you discard Iron Core or you reveal a warrior type. You can tribute summon him by one tribute monster if it's a koa'ki meiru monster. When it's normal summon, you can remove from play one koa'ki meiru card in your graveyard to destroy up to 2 cards your opponent controls. Decent effect. It's like Icarus attack for the koa'ki meirus, basically. But it's only one time, and it's only when he's normal summoned, so that's a big drawback. If there's some way you can get him back to your hand and keep reusing that effect, it'd make this card much more playable. 2 koa'ki meiru guardians. You know what? You can tribute the card to negate the activation of an effect monster's effect. In this format, the only monsters effects I can really see this card wanting to stop are, some light sworns maybe, especially Dad. Blackwings, I don't really see them being too much of a threat against this deck. I mean, especially if you keep your field lined up, you should be okay. Let's see, I have 2 Dragos. It's not bad. I mean, I think this card was designed to cripple the Chaos deck, even though the Chaos deck is already crippled. I think this deck itself would be a good combatant against the Chaos deck. I mean, give it a few more support cards, and with Absolute Power Force coming out here soon, they're going to get some more support cards, or not support cards, monsters, I believe. I'm not sure about support cards. But moving on to the next monster, we got the koa'ki meiru Beetle. Any light monster summon, or light or dark monster, I believe, so special summon is changed to defense position. That's not a bad effect. I mean, you can stop a lot of stuff out there, especially with light swarms and blackwings and zombies running around. So his effect is actually pretty decent. And let's see, we have the koa'ki meiru Sea Panther, which I'm not really sure I want to keep him in there. He's not really that great of an effect. But you can send 1 iron core from your hand to the graveyard, or return 1 spell from your graveyard to the top of your deck. I mean, it essentially stops a draw from you, and with this deck I see it's going to need a lot of draw support cards for it to function properly. The last koa'ki meiru, not last, sorry. Let's see, we have 2 koa'ki meiru Speeders. He's basically the defender and the draw engine for this deck, I guess. I'm not going to rely on his drawing ability, but I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Anybody who read the card knows what he does. None of these cards have any kind of secret abilities that people are overlooking or anything like that. It's just the whole deck itself is underestimated. I think that if given the right build, it can be a pretty powerful deck. I'm running one Neospatian Grand Mole, one Penguin Soldier, and a Marshmallow, and then two koa'ki meiru boulders just to search out some level 4 koa'ki meiru monsters. And I'm running one Necroface. I'm thinking that's going to change, and if I can get some more Necrofaces here. Simply because the 3 level 5 and higher monsters I have, they all have something to do with removing from play. And, with Bottomless is running out there, 2 per deck, and, you never can tell when somebody's going to disrupt your whole strategy and throw one of your cards from play. Necroface, when he's summoned, he, bounces it right back, and worst case scenario, you can remove Necroface yourself to remove the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck. That's always a disruption strategy. Sorry. Spell cards that I would use for the deck would be the Core Blaster, Iron Core Armor, obviously 3 Iron Core to koa'ki meirus, Iron Core Immediate Disposal, Reload, Urgent Synthesis, and Dark Core. I just like Dark Core because it has core in it, and most of the names, it's Iron Core deck. The traps: Automatic Laser, Core Reinforcements, 2 Reckon Power, a Skill Drain, and I'm choosing a Skill Drain. I'm gonna put more in there, but worst case scenario, if you don't want to have your monsters continuously being destroyed, you flip the Skill Drain. Stop your opponent's effect monsters at the same time, and plus most of the koa'ki meiru monsters are beat sticks, so they can hold their own without the effects, especially if you stop your opponent's effects. You pretty much can trample over a lot with just by summoning a couple of these level 4 monsters. So skill drains it's not a bad backup for the deck. Let's see, we have the Megaton Core Panel and Iron Core Luster. Depending on the response I get from this video, I will, add more insight to it. But right now, I tried to post a previous video on YouTube, and it was bounced back because it was 10 minutes and 2 seconds. So I'm going to try to keep this short, and I'm at 7 minutes. So just comment, rate, subscribe, and, you YouTubers out there that like Yu-Gi-Oh! Let me know what you think of this, and I'll try to bring you more in-depth I can't think of a word. I'll try to make it more in-depth next time, and I'll keep working on this deck that nobody seems to like. Until next time.